We're live.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. Sergeants, will you please start your recordings?
PC is up.
Thank you.
Recording to the cloud, all set.
Thank you. And Sergeant Polite with your opening statement.
Thank you. Good morning and welcome to the remote hearing on transportation. Will council members and staff please turn on their video at this time? Thank you. To minimize disruptions, please place all cell phones, electronics to vibrate. Chair Rodriguez, we are ready to begin.
Thank you, Sergeants. And again, thank you to all of you and everyone behind the computer, the tech team, and the Sergeant for being able to connect all of the council and all New Yorkers on this public hearing. Good morning and welcome to today's hearing of the Council Transportation Committee. I'm Idanis Rodriguez, the chair of the committee. Today we will be voting on several pieces of legislation, including proposed Intro 9-A sponsored by Council Member Inez Barron in relation to requiring that traffic control devices be installed at intersections adjacent to a school. Proposed Intro number 1724-A sponsored by Council Member Ben Kylo in relation to a school bus stop armed camera program. Proposed Intro number 2201-A sponsored by Councilmember Carolina Rivera in relation to allowing motorcyclists to challenge parking violations electronically with photographic evidence. And proposed Intro 2417-A sponsored by Councilmember Robert Holden in relation to prohibiting the sale or distribution of materials that obscure or distort the image of license plates. These bills will help make New York City one of the safest cities in the nation for pedestrians, cyclists, and motorists. The first two bills will help protect one of our most vulnerable populations, our children. Intro 9-A will require that a traffic control device, such as a traffic light or always stop sign, is installed at all intersections adjacent to a school. And Intro 1724-A will allow the city to install cameras on a school bus stop arms to better enforce traffic laws designing to protect children exiting a school bus. Intro 2417-A seeks to address the growing use of devices that obscure license plates on motor vehicles by prohibiting the sale or distribution of any materials of substance used for the purpose of concealing or obscuring the numbers on a license plate or distorting a recorded or photographic image of license plate device that undermine our ability to enforce the rules of the road. The bill will also impose penalties to violators of at least $300 for the first violation and at least $500 for all subsequent violations. The final bill on today's agenda, proposed Intro 2201-A, would ensure that motorcycle drivers are able to challenge a parking violation even if they no longer have a physical copy of the parking meter voucher. This bill will create common sense law that make our streets safer for all road users. I will now ask the bill sponsor to speak briefly about their bill if they would like to take the turn.
Thank you, Chair Rodriguez. May I speak?
Yes, Councilmember Barron.
Thank you. I first want to apologize for the background noise, but I am out in the community. I'm at a community center and we are celebrating the 108th birthday of one of our constituents living here at the Carter Woodson Senior Houses. So that background noise you may be hearing is a celebration on her behalf. I do want to, yes, I do want, hold on one second, please. they're accommodating me in the office where I am. Thank you.
Take your time.
Thank you, appreciate it. So I do want to speak briefly about Intro 9. This bill would require that by September 30th, 2022, the Department of Transportation identify each intersection immediately adjacent to a school that does not have a traffic control device, such as a stop sign or traffic control signal, and that no later than September 30th, 2024, the Department of Transportation would have to install a traffic control device at each such intersection. The type of traffic control device installed would be in accordance with the Federal Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices and based upon DOT's engineering expertise and judgment. This bill was originally introduced as a resolution, and then after research, it was found that we could introduce it as a local law. So I'm very pleased to be able to introduce this bill. As many of you know, I was a teacher with the Department of Education for more than 36 years and did retire as a principal. And for me, our children's safety is at the top of the list of what it is that we need to do to make sure that all the conditions in our city are great and help protect the well-being of all of our constituents. So with that, I would like to thank Speaker Corey Johnson, Jason Goldman, Chief of Staff, yourself, Committee Chair Idanis Rodriguez, Jeff Baker, Director, Tirza Nasser, Deputy Director, Brad Reed, the Assistant Deputy Director, Elliot Lynn, Senior Counsel, Jessica Albin, Legislative Counsel, Rick Alberto, Senior Policy Analyst, Kevin Kozowitz, Policy Analyst, and my staff, my Chief of Staff, Omawali Clay, and M. Indigo Washington, my legislative director and CUNY liaison. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I think you're on mute.
Hear me now. Thank you, Councilmember Byron. Now, Councilmember Holden.
Thank you to Chair Rodriguez and Intro 9 by Councilmember Barron. Better late than never. Congratulations. At least hung in there. It's a terrific bill and long overdue. But I'll talk about my intro 2014, obscuring license plates, prohibiting the sale in New York City of apparatus or gadgets that obscure license plates.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. No problem. Okay.
All right. This is a big problem in me because as I started to look around my neighborhood a lot, I saw a lot of devices. In fact, I was right behind a vehicle, had one of those James Bond kind of devices that would come down over the license plate, believe it or not, and they were riding on the wrong side of the road, going through gates and so forth and so on. So that's when I started to notice it. I noticed these were on Amazon. I called Amazon. They're working on prohibiting before the sale of these, before the law took effect, which I appreciate. But there's many other cases, and obviously these are used by people with bad intentions. They want a license plate. They want them. They're committing crimes many times because that's we in the police. So this bill is a lot of support in the council, and I just urge my fellow colleagues to yes. Thank you so much. Chair.
Thank you, Councilmember Callo.
I want to start with a huge thank you to my friend, colleague, and chair of the Transportation Committee, Idanis Rodriguez. Thank you for 12 years of service. And I know you're not done yet. I also want to thank you for being a co-prime sponsor of Introduction 1724. We wouldn't be here without you. Councilmember Ben Kalos, and today we have an opportunity to make the largest school district in the nation a lot safer by requiring stop arm cameras to be installed on school buses to better catch motorists who endanger students by illegally passing school buses during drop off and pickup. Introduction 1724 was introduced on the heels of a series of high-profile instances of drivers around the city caught on video going around stop school buses, sometimes driving up in a way that actually left kids on the hoods of these vehicles. The law will mandate cameras on all the city's nearly 10,000 school buses and enforce fines for first-time offenders ranging from $250 to $300 for second and third offenses. According to the New York State Association of School Pupil Transportation, a study cited by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee as part of Operation Safe Stop last year, an estimated 50,000 drivers throughout New York State illegally passed a stop school bus every day. A study by the National Safety Council showed that 70% of deaths related to school buses occur outside of the bus, and it's been found that more school-age pedestrians have been killed during the hour before and after school than any other time of day. During a 1-month, 26 school day pilot by East Meadow School District in Nassau County conducted by Bus Patrol and the Logan Bus Company, 10 school buses captured 615 violations for an average of 2.3 violations per bus per day. 615 violations on 10 buses over 26 school days. Using that violation rate model in New York City school bus fleet that has roughly 10,000 buses, we can expect to see an estimated 23,000 violations per day and 4.2 million violations per school year in the city. Under the legislation, the NYPD's Parking Violation Bureau would enforce fines for first-time offenders. This bill would also require that some of the funds recouped from the fines be given to the New York City Department of Education. I want to thank the Transportation Chair, Ydanis Rodriguez, again, from my team, Wilfredo Lopez, Adam Bermudez, and everyone involved in what was a lengthy and long aging process. Thank you, and urge my colleagues to vote no to make our children safer.
Thank you, Councilmember Callow, and the rest of the chair, the rest of prime of the other bills. I will now ask the committee clerk to please conduct a roll call vote on the proposed bills, and I strongly recommend that my colleague vote yes on this important piece of legislation.
Good afternoon, Matthew DiStefano, Committee Clerk, Committee on Transportation. Roll call vote. All items are coupled. Chair Rodriguez.
Aye.
Cabrera.
Aye.
Ku.
Aye.
Levin.
Aye.
Rose.
Aye, and I want to commend my colleagues for this very thoughtful legislation that will ensure and enhance the safety of all of our young people. Thank you.
Levine.
I vote aye.
Menchaca.
I vote aye.
Miller. Councilmember Miller. Okay. Reynoso. Councilmember Reynoso. Ruben Diaz Sr.
Mi voto es sí.
Holden.
I vote aye. All congratulations to all the sponsors. Well done. Well done.
Brooks Powers.
I don't know.
Okay, at this point, I will call out Councilmember Miller again. Councilmember Miller.
I vote aye on all. This is Councilmember Reynoso, and I vote aye on all.
All right, Councilmember Reynoso.
Thank you,
votes
Claire.
aye. Councilmember Miller. Okay, by a vote of 11 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, the items have been adopted.
Thank you. I would like to say thank you to everyone, and also I want to take opportunity to say thank you to Councilmember Cabrera, who also chaired the previous hearing in his role as a chairman of the Governmental Operation Committee, and everyone in that committee also who voted in the vast majority supporting also the municipal voting rights as we are getting ready to make history tomorrow voting on that bill. With that, this hearing is adjourned.
Council member, I'm sorry, we're going to hold open for Council Member Miller.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Councilmember Miller here.
Council Member Miller.
Yep.
This is consideration of roll call vote.
Yep. I'm going to vote. I don't. I was trying to pull up the number because I'm mobile now. The number of the school bus camera is what?
The demonstration program for the school bus camera?
Correct.
Councilmember Kalos's bill?
Correct.
1724A.
Okay, so I'm gonna vote. Yep. Thank you. I'm gonna vote aye on all with the exception of 1724A, of which I'll be abstaining. Need to know a little more about the program.
Okay, thank you. Revised vote, 12 in affirmative, 0 in the negative, no abstentions with the exceptions of proposed intro 1724A, which passed by a vote of 11 in affirmative, 0 negative, 1 abstention. Thank you.
Now we're ready to adjourn?
I see someone's hand is raised.
Never mind.
Okay.
Okay. With that, this hearing is adjourned. Thank you.